gold per minute currently. Also, Pebble's having a good time. But there is always that Moon Queen factor you got to keep in mind. That is here on the Hellborn side. So that's kind of just a
factor, but then you're looking at the Tempest factor, and that goes back to their gold advantage early on. Sure, it's actually a little bit weird to see a team without a jungler being ahead in experience and behind in gold. It's
true.
Usually kind of reverse, but not even reverse, but just usually not present. But yeah, in this game they do have the Tempest they have to worry about in the end as well. So Tempest artillery definitely capable of putting out a ton of damage in team fights there, especially once he gets that shrunken head. Guaranteed lockdown for our friend artillery.
Bassett's looking for an opportunity up here. He's kind of hiding in the forest. He actually put a ward of sight down just beyond the top tower here. Wants to try to get something on Moon Queen, but I don't think he could definitely get into it by himself, even with a multicast. Would need some kind of support, so maybe get that TP. In fact, here we got the TP, but there is a ward of sight right here that will spot whoever this is. It looks like it's Tempest. Doesn't have a portal key himself necessarily, so I think Moon Queen may be able to maybe fine with this. In fact, Tempest might be the one in a little bit of trouble right here. Power Master and Master Frost Fighter. There's the charge shot. In comes the Moon Finale, and Woods playing the Moon Queen. Gets credit for the kill, so Brodex 5 level walks into a trap right there. Could this be a counter trap, though? Pebbles, portal keys coming in. He's going to jump on a Master Frost. Slugman gets only Master of Arms, so Pyromancer and Moon Queen able to just be out of range and are going to be fine in the end. They're going back and forth. Deadwood actually now coming in. Will this ever end right here? The Lockthroat actually missed Pebbles right there, but now they're going to go for Blacksmith instead. The Falcon Punch in the face. The Moonbeam comes out, and Woods will basically get a double tap in the end. That was an interesting sequence of events right there.
Definitely all set up because of that ward, though. That, Wong had placed previously.
How about
Still
that?
a lot of gold ground to gain in terms of gold, though. Look at the towers. Both bottom towers out, both middle towers out. Meanwhile, they have none pushed on the Legion side.
Yeah, and then on top of that, the artillery that you're talking about.
Right,
Yeah,
well, being the excellent counter, and then look what he almost has, that Nullstone, so pretty much permanent counter push. Actually, a pretty good lineup they have playing for Team Excellent this tournament. A bunch of mix of players from different teams. You got VDT representing.
That's true.
Jonas, a fan from Lion.
Yep. That is true. Again, Lions obviously, VDT ended up forfeiting, so I don't know if Ibelli actually was just initially on their roster or not from the beginning, but.
By the way, he's playing here today.
Yep. Playing with them here in this round of 16. Oh, that I assume was a mistake. Not exactly sure, but.
Yeah, the Moon Queen did not intend to suicide to the neutrals. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those Ebulas, man. That's
gets you every time. Especially whenever a Whispering Helm. I don't know how that happened. I am very baffled right now. Oh, Whispering Helm Moon Queen dies to a yellow camp.
That unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, we'll have to keep it at that, I guess. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it, so that's we'll just have to kind of wonder and contemplate. Blacksmith. I always, we rarely get to see this hero, but I always just love bringing up how I honestly think this guy's underrated, man. The frenzy ability of his, how powerful that could be going into the late game. He brings so much utility when it comes to the guaranteed stun with a direct stun. It has a chance to be very powerful with a multicast.
That's one of the things I like about it. One thing I don't like is that his ultimate's sort of unstable, and you hit.
Roll the dice, man.
You gotta roll the dice. Exactly. It's all about rolling the dice. It's more about the unstable ultimate, and then just single target approach more so. But overall, I mean, the nice things about him is that with the Striders especially, it lets you get into range for your Fireball very, very easily. Compared to a lot of point stuns that a lot of other gankers might have, his is direct target. You can't avoid it. It's literally, it instantly appears on. There's no travel time for the actual ability. There's a cast time, sure, but that's about it. And on top of that, 600 range. So
yeah. I think the biggest thing why we may not see him in the end is because of his laning presence. He is a melee in the end. Kind of like that melee support. He's not like a Magnus where he brings like AoE presence at least with the Magnus.
He needs to be filling up that utility or second support route and ganker, and this is not something that we've seen the metagame really supporting so much lately. Unless you're going to the mana lane, and if you are, then if he has to go versus a defensive try or something like that, then he might not have enough damage in that setting. He can be okay though. I mean, he is tanky and hard to bring down, so I don't know. But either way.
He's getting some free farm down here at the bottom lane in the meantime. He's just passing that 200 gold per minute mark. Had a Blood Chalice, the Mana Berry, the Striders that you're talking about. So seems like he's coming along pretty nicely. Indeed, indeed. Pebbles, that portal key, of course. Jonas fan looking for an opportunity. He has the Haste Rune. running around, but not going to find it, apparently. So instead we'll continue to fall back. Keep looking at artillery, though. Nosone's finished already. 1,400 gold saved up on top of that. He's not completing the Energizer. It's kind of curious. I wonder if he's going to do that here shortly. Or if he's just going to sit on the Soul Screamer's ring for now. So there you go. That answered my question. He buys the Energizer, so.
Yeah.
That here, Moon Queen, that Whispering Helm, you know, definitely indicating more of a, I want to be able to just farm early on here type game. Not worrying about getting involved in too many fights just yet, although he's 6-3-0, so he's been involved in plenty when it comes to kills at least. Deadwood level 11, that Porta Key. Speaking of Porta Key, Bubbles also getting up here as far as the Porta Key goes. He's 2,000 gold just about saved up, and actually with this creep wave here, should be able to pick it up as long as he does it appropriately. The auto attacks, I'm just going to use the Song of the Sea, and there you go. Has enough gold for it. Well played by Heyo. What's his name? Heyo, what's up? Ah, that's good. It's all down here. That's cut off. Heyo, what's up? God, talk about it. Old school, man. I'm aging myself. I'm showing that I'm at least in my mid-20s. So old. You're like 37 or something, I thought.
Pan-Man, I thought he had a lot of experience under his belt. Yeah, veteran of the industry.
Likes to say he's not 35.
He looks young. He actually looks great for his age. Must be.
He does, but he is still 35, so that's the problem that he has to live with.
Yeah.
Oh, double multicast coming out right here. Power Mancer dropping, but he gets the team support, and here we go. Falcon Punch coming out on Tempest already. The Elemental Void, is it going to be used? Perhaps not just yet. He finally will fall in the end. Artillery Barrage to snipe out Power Mancer, and now Deadwood's in some trouble. There's a pause coming out of the midst of this.
Oh, my.
Worst pauses ever. That's got it. The moon finale was just
activated. Look at how beautiful it is, though.
Yeah.
You get the barrage from artillery cutting through the body of Deadwood right there. The kelp field animation coming out, binding the artillery, canceling his LRM.
This is a beautiful game, man.
It is,
especially with the angles.
I do love the graphics. It's
what? Man is really upset about this still. He's not 37, he says.
Are you 38? Did you actually? Oh,
yeah,
it was your birthday
35.
last week. Oh, no, I forgot. 38. I'm sorry.
I'm 24.
You said that live, didn't you? You totally said that live. The one time he comes in live just to make that point. Anyways, back to the game right here. Pebbles, he knows he's going to pretty much fall. He goes back in with that double damage. It doesn't matter. He eventually does fall. Bubbles jumps in. Song on the scene in the background. I don't think they're going to catch him, though. No Kelp Field, of course, already on cooldown from before, and that will be the end of the fight. I think our Hellborn team over here, Ambush, has to be pretty happy, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we saw right there how perfect it was for them, though. In the end, what was it? Who was trying to get that last hit? Was it Pebbles? He was trying to get one additional hit there onto the Deadwood? Someone was. And then the artillery had the LRM cutting through because they weren't able to secure it. So kind of being kited out there. And excellent return kills, and they're once again in a pretty good spot. Moon Queen getting her farm in, 360, in spite of the Ebula gank that she had to suffer.
Those Ebulas, man. She did purchase the Firebrand, by the way. So it's the courier's going back to base. I assume it's going to be put on it and then delivered out to her.
It's the route for a potential more explosive play, but definitely you're going for more of those pickoffs instead of the straight team fights once again. Unless you're able to really, really find the angle.
Speaking of Firebrand, Fitbelly also purchasing one of his own. Going to have that on artillery here. Tempest, Ring of Sorcery, Amulet of the Exile, or excuse me, I always get that mixed up. Grave Locket, Steam Boots Power Supply Bottle. So just getting some good utility and some build up early on. He's 1-4-2, so clearly we jumped into this game a little bit late. Didn't have not the best of starts here, but he's farming about 255 gold per minute. Doing just fine in that sense. Needs to be a little careful right here. Deadwood's looking for an opening, but especially with Pebbles nearby, I wouldn't dare go for it. Instead, he ports up top here and actually picks up the, I believe it was their freshman rune. Regen rune happens to be bottom. And Blacksmith will gladly take that as he's striding on by. He's going to start leveling up that Frenzy now as he gets level 10. He actually has the... well, actually, why hasn't he leveled it up yet? Did he go stats?
Did
he really go stats over Frenzy?
That would seem silly because he's in the secondary support role and has...
Yeah. Oh, double multicast in the meantime to Mooku. Mooku's in a little bit of trouble. In comes Tempest as well to follow up, and Mooku will be locked down. The G's rain from the skies. A big pick off right there from Team Excellent. That is huge indeed.
Did he actually get stats?
I think he might have.
But
I don't know why.
1,800 gold.
Yeah. I have no clue why you would get stats over Frenzy personally, but new meta, says Panman, the 37-year-old.
No, he wants us to say he's 24, remember? He even...
Okay, well,
Right, yeah.
say he's 24. It's going to make us go mute. He does have power over there, so we probably should stop. Yeah, I don't know. He's level 11 now. Obviously, he gets the ultimate right there. So he did go stats. I mean, he's no way sitting on a point here. So I don't know if it's a misclick or just simply happened to be. Maybe that's just has Panman put it new meta. I don't know. Top lane. It's really not the biggest deal in the world, honestly. In the end,
No, it isn't.
Just kind of having fun with it. Portal key just purchased by him, by the way.
Well, okay, that explains a little bit more as to why he might want the additional mana instead of going if he's just going for the Portal key combo. Portal key, Fireball into a Flaming Hammer is already going to be, well, a crap ton of mana. Over half of his pool there. It's going to be like 400. So.
Yeah.
Would have enough for his Chalice and another combination afterwards. I feel like he necessarily needed the Portal key, but.
Yeah, kind of wonder about that as well. You know, he is playing a secondary support.
He just got a tablet or
utility item.
They'll give him more of a mana pool. They already have the primary initiator, Pebbles.
Between a tablet, Bubbles
got your amazing frenzy ability, which Pebbles would love.
Oh yeah. Hell, Artillery would love that too. Several heroes over here. Well, that's the great thing about Frenzy. It's you pass it around, and you can constantly keep it up on your teammates too. So, Geometer's been already finished on Artillery. I say that a little bit surprised-like, but why am I surprised? I don't know. 585 gold per minute on Artillery here. Fabelli especially playing it, and obviously knows what he's doing when it comes to farming. Very good carry player. Dewa might be in some trouble. LRM trying to maybe cancel the Portal key to get an attempt right there, but in the end, just because of the creep wave, and Deadwood going to be fine. You see Pyromancer playing the secondary support for his team. Actually, he's building up pretty nicely as far as his items are concerned. Middle lane, here goes the Blacksmith Portal key. No multicast, but the Sun of the Bubbles right here. Shell Surf away, though, and he will be fine in the end. Not the most ideal target, but at least they tried. And this could clear up a little bit of Kongor attempt. There's a water side over here. I don't know if that actually spots the Kongor pit, though, honestly. This one near the Ancients. I think that's more of like just this ramp area right here. Yeah, I don't think that they have the information that's going on.
Actually, no. So.
It's going to be easy Kongor.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Artillery, of course, picks up. Oh, he had a double damage the whole time, too. I didn't even realize. Yeah, he's hitting hard. Creep wave there, creep wave gone. I press button, I kill creep wave. Am I better? Maybe. Shrunken Head going to be finished here shortly on Pebbles. God, here it is, 1,800 gold saved up. He just got a freaking Geometer's Bane.
I know, right?
This is absurd. Again, I don't know why I'm surprised, but I just am.
It is Artillery, and, well, Fabelli as well.
2,200 on Moon Queen, so she's trying for her Shrunken Head first, I would assume herself. So she got that fire.
Yeah, no, she's rushing for it, but she's going to get it. Meanwhile, Artillery's going to have like a Savage Maze at this point.
Yeah.
A Geometer's Null Stone.
And a Doombringer.
Will it be enough? And Doom. Oh, yeah. Let's say this is going to come out there too.
Still on top, yeah. Pyromancer rolling with this team right here, trying to find an opportunity. Perhaps Artillery. I mean, right now he's kind of up here by himself. He does have a Null Stone. He has a token, but oh man, oh this is big. This is big. Can they get a kill out of this? Is a question. Apparently not. Tempest running in as well as a Luna. Overworn team running scared, actually. Now Moonku is the one that needs to be careful. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, there's a kill happening on a Deadwood down there. Moonku goes back over the Moon Finale. Artillery is dropping. Artillery will fall. Going to come right back up. Tempest already dead, though, and they're going to try to lock him down. Will they have the damage? He doesn't really have a best escape. He does have Barrage. He does have Geometer's Bane right here. Is he going to be able to use it? Does he need to use it? There's the Barrage. Bubbles jumps in. Of course, no Kelp Field. There's the Shell Serve. Not going to follow, though, and Artillery will survive. They got the token used at least, so there's a positive there, definitely. In the meantime, though, look at the bottom lane. Pebbles and Blacksmith pushing it in after killing Deadwood down here.
Yeah, they definitely don't need to be wasting token. Like, I mean, they had a super farmed Artillery. Just had the look. They're even losing the tower too. So
yeah. Played out actually pretty well in the end.
This team's like focused on split pushing a little bit too much sometimes, so. Shrunken Head. Now picked up by Pebbles. I don't think it matters per se. I mean, it is a big deal. It honestly is a big deal because Moon Queen's getting ever closer to that Shrunken Head. The token was the extra layer of insurance, and they had the capacity to take any team fight they wanted.
Yeah. 3,800 gold on Moon Queen. Yeah, what? That's actually a little confusing. Why does she have that much gold saved up with her items? She obviously could finish either the Geometer's Queen or the Pandasoul Doombringer. Don't know if that's happening. But yeah, here we are in game number 2. Again, we happen to jump into this series as a result of our first series, 007 winning it 2-0 over mainland. Jumping into this one, Team Excellent up 1-0. It's definitely been a back-and-forth game, though, that we've been watching here between Team Excellent versus Ambush. Again, a team we don't really know much about, at least I don't really recognize these player names necessarily. There's the Shrunken Head finish on Woods, by the way, so he does go back to base and eventually pick that up. And Geometer's been, of course, going to be next in line for him, too. And actually, okay, might as well take a look back at that while we are back into more of a farming phase here.
Yeah, they're on
at that fight.
Right now, at least for a little bit. So.
This is where the Token of Life actually eventually got burned, so initially ran into a trap and then went back in once it got the team support. Look at Moon Queen's positioning, though, just behind the trees.
It was excellent positioning, really, that.
Not vulnerable.
And then that bubbles, just, yeah, burnt it out.
Yeah, so they had to use a lot, though, to obviously get him killed initially, and then Artillery
Okay,
does a good job of being patient, too, of not actually using his Geometer's Bane here, or Barrage, sooner than he needed to.
Pyromancer's positioning also a little bit. Well, I guess you don't want to get too close because of that Barrage. But
yeah. And eventually makes this getaway. So, but again, they got the token used. They got the tower kills we saw as a result of that. Definitely a nice turning point of this game, perhaps. But looking back here to the real game, or the live game even. That was a fake game. This is a real game. Bottom tower gets destroyed, and well, Ambush doesn't really do much to stop it. Meanwhile, they will get a middle tower push from the creep wave, actually. So, definitely good news there. And Moon Queen just continuing to push the top lane. Even had some assistance from her Catman champion. She took over with the Whispering Helm. Going to start pointing back now, though. And be ready to fight at the base. I heard a portal key. That was Pebbles, actually, jumped in, but did not find it. Frenzy is being applied. Level 2 Frenzy from Bassett's. It's being spread around. You can see from the glowing orange hands. Several heroes.
Yeah.
Deadwood's going to cut through the trees here. See if he can get an angle. Oh, Luna's going to ruin the day, though. And actually, they do find Pebbles, but the Stalagmites miss off the bat. Only going to go for a counter kill on Pebbles now. Ron Grass just out of range. Bubbles ported in, actually. The kill fit in the background. A lot of scatter going on. Falcon Punch finally used. Pebbles still well alive, though. The movement says, get off me, bro. Chucks him into his teammate right there. Pebbles will go down in the end, but now Deadwood in no man's land. He eventually will fall. Artillery holding his ground. Meanwhile, back here, Bubbles completely caught out. Very disorganized with that team fight right there. And it ends up being a 2 for 1. Okay, Pebbles bought back. Okay, that's why I'm a little confused. He buys back, and he's actually running back to his team. Ain't there just yet, of course. But here we go with the buybacks from the Hellboy team now. They're going to Moon Queen, but in comes Pyromancer. Tempest ultimate going to go over there. It's not something. Walk into it. Finally, a charge shot. Moon Queen holding it ground. The Moon Finale going off. Will she stay alive in the end? She's running away. Bubbles off to the side. They will chase down Tempest. It looks like Melee Rex is still well alive, actually. Artillery wants to kill, but he's in the front lines now. And Artillery's actually in a little bit of trouble. He needs to be careful. Pebbles jumps in. The take cover going off on Bubbles. Master Bomb's chucked on top of him, though. Gets the kill. Moon Queen running back in with the Moon Boom. She gets stunned by Luna, putting in some auto attacks. Artillery again still fairly low, but not low enough. It is just a Moon Queen right now. Big fight here for Team Excellent, and they do eventually break through, and they are going to get the melee racks, it looks like.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, Artillery was pretty much manning up in the front lines there, not backing down. Obviously it worked out for them since they had to make the Moon Queen retreat initially anyway. Melee racks taken. It's going to be a lot harder for them to bounce back. Now, it was not entirely even. They had the gold advantage on the Legion side. I mean, they had the Tempest in the end, but no Shrunken Head. It was looking like it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Felt confident enough to beat the aggressors there, just having that overfarmed artillery, though. And now they pretty much completely dominate control of this game. It's going to take a long time for that Moon Queen to catch up to artillery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just a crazy, I guess it's technically 2 fights, but
right, it was
in
kind
a
of
sense,
staggered back
kind
and
of
forth.
one fight, really.
very, very long though. A lot of like 2 chapters of the fight. You would
Yeah,
say.
2 chapters. Good point. Yeah, and again, the first chapter it was very chaotic. Where Bubble, we have both chapters. Bubbles poured it in initially, you know, thinking that Devil was going to go in, and then eventually fell back, and Bubbles got caught by himself in the background. And well, okay, so let's take a look at that first chapter there of that fight. So here we go. This is where Pebbles jumps in, tries to get Deadwood, but then Deadwood comes back in rotten grass. You see right there, Bubbles thinking that Deadwood was going in. He shell surfs, and he Kelfield's in the background in the meantime. And you see right there, it's like, okay, well, the follow-up never really happened. Then they go back in onto Pebbles. They eventually kill him, of course. But then meanwhile, there's another fight over here where Deadwood's now dying to artillery. And then Bubbles, of course, just simply gets caught out in the background as he got caught by himself. So that was the first chapter of that fight. Of course, so with the second chapter, yeah, maybe delayed a little bit right here as we possibly have some fighting going on. Moon Queen needs to be very careful. In fact, there we go, stun from Tempest, but no. She was just able to walk uphill quick enough. And the supporting cast not there. So, going to be fine. And she is able to farm enough gold for her Geometer Spain. So we'll have that now.
Sure.
For the next fight here.
One team fight gone wrong, and you might see some additional presence. Tempest this game actually pretty damn underfarmed compared to what we're used to seeing at the 34-minute mark.
Yeah.
Really nowhere near a shrunken head right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. Again, I'm in you looked at the hero kill score. Obviously, again, we joined late, but it seemed like his start was a little bit struggling. Double damage on artillery again. Jeez. And he has a haste room bottled up.
Oh my god, how long is that DD lasting
And
for?
he has 5,400
20
gold.
seconds left. 20 seconds left of this kind of push.
This is it's a freaking raid boss here.
They have to watch for that Deadwood.
Is Congo up? No.
We're actually not going to be able to attack the tower even with it. Raid boss artillery.
Basically is.
He's got the health, he's got the armor. Nullstone, he has 3 defensive items. Actually, arguably up to 5. What? The bottle?
I'm just gonna let it happen.
Yeah.
That just happened. Doombringer!
He's in. He doesn't have a token, he's just straight
Yeah,
up in.
that's ballsy, man. This is not
They
a
didn't
game.
need it, obviously.
This
He's
is
just
not
confident.
a game where they're trying to come back. This is not a game where, you know, they're just crazy ahead. I mean,
Joy Bear.
this is very ballsy here.
It's a shout out to Joy Bear.
To Joy Bear. Why? I'm lost.
What?
I'm lost.
Have you ever seen the Pew Joy Bear Doombringer video?
I don't think I have.
What?
I'm probably one of the only people that hasn't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I got Pam and Emperor right now telling me, basically calling me an idiot for not seeing it.
It is one of the...
Go watch it. Okay, guys, pause the game. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's one of the better videos I've seen.
Oh,
Anyways,
Pebbles
but-
jumps in. This is like I said, does hit Deadwood in the background. Here we go. Tempest jumps in. Double multicast going to be happening on Deadwood right there. But look at Pebbles just get bursted out. Tempest actually goes down. Excuse me. That was Tempest. Moon Queen holding his ground with that sugar in the background. Where's artillery throughout all this? Who's putting an auto attacks left and right? Running around. Moon Queen trying to finish out Pebbles right here. The Moon Finale doing plenty of damage to do so. But now finds artillery with that Doombringer. Putting in the auto attacks. And Moon Queen realizing pretty quickly that's not a fight. She's going to win. Quad kill for Fabelli. And the Doombringer pays off in full. And now here they go into the base. Moon Queen cannot buy back. She's dead for more than a minute right here. Man, that worked out beautifully for them.
Deadwood, yeah, is back up, though. Just going to try to stall it a little bit here. Pebbles healing up. The side chop. Getting another health potion. They're really looking to just close out the game here if possible.
Yeah.
Conqueror
Tempest
should not
bought
take
back.
much long. Yeah, the Tempest did buy back.
Congo's going to fall right here. There you go. And now you have a token on artillery. Usually goes the other way
Sold,
around.
yeah. They probably figured they had the presence to take it. I mean,
But it was risky.
it's always a
very
gamble,
risky, but
sure, but
it paid off.
statistically, I mean, it was probably fairly safe. I mean, they won the previous fight, and he was really strong. He had Energizer, Shrunken Head, Nullstone, Geometers, lots of escape mechanisms on top of his ultimate, but it was
Well,
risky to see.
Going man mode here.
What's Teleonis being picked up?
Oh, Pebbles actually going to walk away.
Actually, going to be really curious is, once the Hontor season really gets going, to see where the item finally finds its place.
What's that?
The Lex Talionis.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, it's like you see it picked up, and it's like, all right, it's sort of being thrown in there. And it's these games that are already decided.
Exactly, already decided. We never really seen it as like, okay, it's actually impactful, this game. It's actually had a meaningful
Yeah, we haven't
place.
really seen the, how people say, like the meta evolve yet.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of talk surrounding, when it was being released with the Runic Shift patch, how it was going to be automatically entered in tournament rules. People were like, oh, that's so dangerous, it could be broken, but definitely not the case, understandably. All right, it's released in. Artillery going to be jumped right here. They're going to go for a quick kill right here. Will it be enough? There's the Tempest Ultimate. Moon Queen runs in, though. Going to stop it. And Artillery holding his ground. Barely still alive. He has a token, remember. He will finally fall, but he has a Doombringer. If they can somehow kill him right here. Moon Queen's sitting on top. He comes back up. He's using his cooldown. Look at putting the auto attacks into Moon Queen. She's going uphill, trying to get away. Pebbles chasing, though. And Moon Queen will fall in the end. He doesn't have a... Or he does. He used the buyback right away. So they're using everything right here. Plenty of buybacks have happened. The Legion team still pushing. Tempest the only one dead. And Moon Queen coming back in. They get the nullstone off Artillery. Bubbles picks out Blacksmith in the background, but at what cost right there?
Oh, the Artillery barrage.
Nice beautiful barrage right there from Artillery. Down goes Master. Pyromancer trying to run. Votes are being conceded. Well, I don't even know what I said right there. Votes are being called to concede. And GGs are being called. Votes were conceded.
Is that game 2?
That was game 2, and that means Team Excellent is going to take the series 2-0. So, obviously, another series that we happen to jump into right there, having some fun with. But in the end, Team Excellent taking the second game. And, man, I mean, I still... Ballsy pickup by Fabelli right there. Not necessary at all, but, hey, as you said, mathematically, in the situation, it can make sense, and, hey, they made it work. So... Fun to see, nonetheless. They're in that game, so a good series that we jumped into right there.
Definitely worth it. Yeah, it was definitely some back and forth. Ultimately, the Artillery Doombringer closing it out.
Yeah, we see a lot of Doombringers in this tournament. Something tells me Hauntour is going to be Hauntour Season 2. Doombringer is now getting more and more of a core item, not a core item by any means every game, but it seems like we've seen it a lot lately. I mean,
it has its place. We actually saw it a little bit throughout DreamHack as well.
We saw a couple times at DreamHack.
I was going to say, these tournaments are a little bit more casual, maybe opens its way a little bit more. Well, in a game like this, it was not a hardcore serious pickup. I can promise you that they already had the advantage. They didn't need it as a tide turner item. As a tide turner item, it does have occasional application, sure.
Yeah, so I know the Monkey King tournament, we saw it 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, once again, those are more casual tournaments. People do have fun with it, so... Yeah. That is also part of the fun of seeing it too. Is people are more willing to go, YOLO as it's called, and just go hard at their item build. So, yeah, I like it.
Just kidding. All right, so yeah, we'll see maybe if we get more of that continuing on. But again, as we progress further on in this event, we're getting some really good matchups now. And here, going to be moving on to the round of 8. We are going to take a bit of a break right here. It's about a half an hour when the next round is supposed to start. It looks like matches are finishing up, and a couple other matchups are set up. Again, the one that I was eyeing initially, and it looks like it is going to be taking place, or at least set to take place, is Too Much Sugar versus BRB 3 Min. Again, just to refresh who those teams exactly are. Too Much Sugar, of course, you're dealing with Slicks, Beacon, Moon Meander, Keizu, and Shams. And then BRB 3 Minutes, you got TPS Priceless, again, Owned Me, Malay, Zintz, and Semiju is their 6-man roster. So that should be, honestly, a really good series if and when it does happen. I say if, very lightly, because I did hear that Too Much Sugar may have problems getting 5 themselves earlier on, but I think they ended up working it out, and we should be good.
Okay.
I think Beacon woke up and was able to finally show up. Be on the West Coast. It can be tough sometimes, but no, I don't even know if that was the case. And obviously, just have fun with that. Anyways, so we should have